be able to announce an exciting new initiative and program and educational opportunity and just all around great thing that we're all about to do. The announcement is about a program called the Remnant Trust, and you know, it's a little bit hard to understand exactly what the Remnant Trust is. It sounds like a carpet store, it sounds like a bank, it sounds like any number of things. But it's really a collection of about 900 rare documents. And ordinarily, these kinds of documents are kept in places, in libraries, where folks can't get to them or have to put on white linen gloves in order to touch them and feel them and smell them. And that's one of the important parts of being able to be near those kinds of documents. In any event, they have 900 of these documents, and they lend out 50 of them on a regular basis to universities or other institutions that want to use them for educational purposes. Well, we have turned this, especially through Irene Walters, because she's the brains behind this. This, I think, will be at least as good as the Mastodon program, and maybe more educational, although we know a lot about mastodons now as a result of the Mastodon experience. In any event, it fits beautifully with our mission, with the city's mission. Our mission is to educate and inform and embrace critical thought, and these documents represent critical thinking, represent controversy. Documents like the Declaration of Independence, the Constitution, any number of documents from around the world, the Quran, all of these kinds of documents represent critical thought and have resulted in a certain amount of intellectual ferment. And that's what we intend for this whole entire program. They bring powerful lessons and universal truths that really influence the world. So it's not just touching and feeling these books, and the wonderful part of this is that ordinary folks like us will be able to touch these things, feel them, smell them, not taste them exactly, but without white gloves on. And I'll never forget when the fellow who runs the Remnant Trust walked into my office. His name is Bex, and he always comes in with his briefcase. He has an aluminum briefcase. You wouldn't believe what I have today, Mike, he says. And he'll open it up, and there'll be a 13th century Quran. And I'll say, gee, that's wonderful. It's great to see it. He says, no, you can touch it, you can open it up, you can feel it, and here are these beautiful illuminated pages, with gold leaf on them and colored painting, and it really is unbelievable to feel this sort of thing. Well, one day he walked in with a book like that, and it was
the Book of Enoch.
Enoch 1. And this was also, an approximately 12th century book from Ethiopia, and it was one of the books of the Bible that was kicked out of the Bible in the Council of Nicaea. I mean, it's an incredible piece of work. Of course, I can't read it. It's in Ethiopian or Aramaic or a language that I never studied. But just the same, what we've done is, for example, put together a panel of experts around that, and they're experts from all over the country, and they're experts who want to talk about what the Book of Enoch meant and why it isn't part of the current Bible, and it's just an incredible possibility to experience. So between that and the Omnibus Lecture Series, which will be focused partly on the Remnant Trust, we'll have Hal Holbrook, who's going to do his Mark Twain Tonight, his famous Mark Twain, his world-renowned Mark Twain Tonight show. H.A. Jacobs, who wrote The Year of Living Biblically, he'll be here on March the 26th. By the way, Holbrook will be here on the 29th of January. And then Sandra Day O'Connor, the retired Supreme Court Justice, will be here on April the 23rd. All of them will represent parts of what the Remnant Trust books represent. And so folks will be able to see the books, have these experiences around them. There'll be movie nights, panel discussions, dramatizations, a TV show on college access called Words of Change that'll relate to the Remnant Trust. And the whole program will open on Friday, January the 16th with a major event in the courthouse. It'll be called United We Read, and local officials and business people and school children, and in fact the entire community will be invited to read the Declaration of Independence in unison, which is kind of a moving experience. I expect it to be a moving experience. There'll be really special guests throughout the time, and in fact we have one of them here today. And let me introduce to you Benjamin Franklin.